Well, I'll tell you what could have a big upside today, and that's Titan. Okay, we're not in the business of predicting what stock movements do, really. That will lead to our guests. But the results by themselves suggest that there could be a jump in the stock as well, because there was a jump in the profit, 67%, much ahead of street estimates. At the investor con call post the market hours on Friday, the management told marquee investor Rakesh Jhunjhunwala that sales in November and December are likely to be better this year. Listen into a small slice of that conversation.
Don't you think that last year we had a very bad, we had comparatively a disturbed November and December? And also, I understand you can't forecast, but also there are much more wedding season in November and December.
Yeah.
So would it be right to say that your sale in November, December growth should be, as compared to what happened in October, September, should be much better in 2 months? Because we are demand immediately.
May your wish come true, Rakesh.
No, I think there's one other thing.
Was Diwali last year.
Yeah, last year the entire festive season was in October. This year it got split between quarter 2 and quarter 3. So last year was entirely that, and it was an exceptional year.
But
we just mentioned sometime back, there was a 55% growth in that season.
Right.
Yeah. So the base itself is high up to 8th of November. You're right. After that, there was a slump, which we are all aware of.
But we also pulled back with our exchange scheme and all that.
No, but also you in spite of that, the base was low. And second thing is, we don't have such rich a wedding season, nor did we have that focus on wedding as we have today.
No, I understand that, but there is also intense pressure from the government on the PMLA reintroduction and all that. And we don't know how that is going to go, at what level they're going to now cut it off from 50,000, take it up to what level.
Not subject to PMLA not being enforced.
Yeah.
I personally, that's my feeling. I don't know, I could be wrong. But I feel November, December should be much better as compared to last year.
So,
because of the amount period.
You're right. You're right in the basis from which you're coming. So we'll wait. Let's now celebrate what has just gone past.
Right. But we investors always try to anticipate.
I know.
Another thing I wanted to ask you was, what was the number of shops? How many shops do you think you can open in the next 6 months?
We had a rough 180 store months target, Rakesh, and my last assessment of that was we'd be about 80% of that number of store months by the time March 31st happens. And so far I haven't heard anything to the contrary from my team.
So that means we had now I think only 5-6 stores of Gold Plus are left for conversion.
Yeah, Gold Plus was not, part of this. The pure new Tanishq I'm talking about.
How many new Tanishq will be open? Forget the store months. Whether we open in November or March may not be so important.
In quarter 2 you are asking?
No, in the year, in the financial. How many more?
By the time October the year, our new estimate is about.
No, 5 is what we opened so far.
We opened 5 so far, but a lot in the pipeline, and about, if I remember right, 22 or 23 was the new estimate.
So that means we opened about 20 to 25 shops in the 2 quarters.
No, 17.
17 shops.
22 minus 5.
Yeah.
I think that's very important, because now with the kind of profitability I have and the kind of shell the other jewelers are in, I mean, if we reach, we'll sell. And what about that party which is failed in Madras? Some very large jeweler has failed.
Natella.
Yeah.
I don't think you're taking him home.
Sorry?
No, that model very difficult to. Such jewelers, the only thing you can take over is, if at all, is their retail outlet. You can't take over the franchise, because the practices of such jewelers, the customers are used to those practices. That way, a whole lot of jewelers are available in that sense, but it would be quite impossible for us to, continue with their name or their skill or their franchise, as in customer base.
Right.
It's better if customers actually migrate to us.
Correct.
Right. Anyway, thank you and congrats on a fine performance. Balle, balle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the conversation, and well, he seemed pretty optimistic, the marquee investor himself, but the management commentary too, and we'll of course hear from the management a bit later on in the show, but on the con call, the management commentary sounded that the numbers in November and December would not be too bad either.